Thanks for checking out the YouTube channel of APsprayarts.
Warp speed. This is actually going to be two paintings that I'm doing. As you can see there, I'm doing Nightmare Before Christmas. But I forgot Zero, Jack's dog. I forgot to take him off. You can see him down there in the bottom left. He's still taped to the stencil. And I forgot to take him out and put him where he's supposed to be. So I went ahead and did this one without even realizing until I got to the end that I forgot the dog. Nightmare Before Christmas is very lucrative if you take it to trade shows and things. I did like 5 or 6 of these at an expo last year, just right there painting them over and over again because people kept wanting to buy them. I usually put a little bit of glow powder in the moon and the face, sometimes the little guys down at the bottom, and people love it because it glows in dark and they want more and more and more. This one I didn't like. I tried to texture the moon and it came with that kind of weird outline around the stencil. So I didn't really like this one that much anyway, so good thing I get to do it again. Sorry to say, I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, but I just didn't get into it. So here I go with the second one. So I outlined the stencil first, and then I put down black for where the stencil is going to be. And dried it up so that when I put the stencil down, it's not going to stick. I did a painting this past weekend at a trade show where I put the stencil down on wet paint. If you're going really fast and you can pull it up before the paint underneath the stencil even dries. If you look at like Nathan Salmon, he goes super fast, so when he pulls it up, it's still kind of wet underneath, so it doesn't really stick to the stencil as much. But if you don't do that, you tend to rip things. So when I pulled up my stencil on the weekend, I ended up pulling up some of the board underneath with it because it dried as the stencil was sitting on it. So I ended up touching that one up and then giving it to my grandson. So worked out for me, I guess. So as I was saying, I don't know the characters really of Nightmare Before Christmas. My son is really into it, or was. He loves Tim Burton movies. And this one, of course, has the most stuff that you can get for it. So this is what he always gets for Christmas. So why don't you tell me what your favorite Tim Burton movie is, if you're a Tim Burton fan. If you're not, tell me why. I understand some of it. I mean, if I had to pick a favorite Tim Burton movie, I would probably pick the original Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. It was weird. It was different at the time. It was excellent. It was very much comic book, and that's what you were getting. And Jack Nicholson was my Joker. Nothing against Heath Ledger. Of course, Heath Ledger is amazing. I far think he's the better Joker. But Jack Nicholson was the man back in the day. And I can't look at that man without seeing the Joker. And I'll get some hate for this one, but no offense to Christian Bale. But Michael Keaton is my Batman. That's who I see as Batman. So go ahead, hate me in the comments. I can take it. So here's a reveal of the stencil. Looks pretty crisp, pretty good. Much better than the original one with the moon there. I didn't texture it. I just kind of painted it. And then putting in some trees for the outline to kind of block the stencil so you can't tell that it's there. I do try this different all the time. I really am not a big fan of this version of it, but I do some better ones. So it's all it takes practice, right? Just keep doing stuff over and over again until you get it right, and then keep it there. Clear coat Siggy in the corner. And here are both paintings. It's the first one. That's the second one. A little bit better, I think. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what other kind of stencils you want to see.